but you're dealing with that with your substance abuse treatment now. So the fact that you were there when you weren't supposed to be there, I'm willing to write that one off. That was a confusion between the police department and you. So that one, that's a mulligan. You know what a mulligan? Oh, later.
Yeah.
Later.
Your Honor, she's scheduled for sentencing and violation.
And violation. Yep. I got both files. All right, counsel on Shimmery. Your appearance.
John Graziani, appearing on behalf of Ms. Shimmery for this sentencing and the violation of probation.
Which one you want to talk about first?
Judge, I'd like to talk about the sentencing. The reason being is I think all this could be tied in at this time. We have no problems with the from Your Honor and staff. She's in a position to be doing that. Although it would take a good deal of time on the court work program because she does have she's helping to raise
Okay.
an daughter, and she's also trying to get back into the workforce because of what's happened. Chuck.
Okay. How old's your son?
My daughter.
Daughter. How old's your daughter? Okay. Where at?
For a logistics company.
Where?
For a logistics company.
Okay, where they at?
They're in Dearborn. They're based
Okay.
in Dearborn. See where it is near. So then it would just analyze the cousins.
Okay. Good luck. All right, go ahead, counsel.
Bit of background.
Mhm.
She did have some exceptions to with what was stated. She felt, I don't know if there was a mix-up within the system, but she felt she was in a position to go back to her mother's residence in Van Buren Township. And it was an
All right, hold on. Now we're on the violation part. Let's do one file at a time.
with regard to the
Let's do one at a time.
sentencing,
Yep.
that you got this recommendation.
Okay.
And allow her to move on with.
Okay. All right. So how come you haven't worked for a year?
Sorry.
How come you haven't worked for a year?
No, I worked last November and I wanted to go to rehab because I've been asking my family for help because I didn't go postpartum and I was doing everything on my own and I was just wore out and I was finding that my drinking was becoming a problem
Mhm.
before my wife and they thought that I could get through it and it got to a point where they eventually realized, so I testified to go to rehab and watch my daughter and so when I went I think you watched my daughter and moved back home with them just to get a break. And when I came back, it was just she's I don't want to put blame on anybody. It's just been a difficult relationship with my mother. I love her dearly. But
It's a very toxic relationship, Judge.
So did you go to rehab?
so
Where? Good. Good.
reinstated to transitional doing their 8 days and working with the chairman and everything.
Do they do transitional housing?
Do transitional housing, but I am in housing right now. I'm living with my boyfriend.
Okay. All right. So you're out of mom's house.
No, but when they arrested me, they didn't.
All right. So
When they arrested me, they,
hold on just a minute. Hold on. I got Cross Street and Woodbury. Which one's a good address?
where I moved out, my parents moved out of the house.
Right.
So which saw the.
Okay. I just asked you which one's a good address, Cross or Woodbury or neither. Okay. All right. So we'll fix the computer on that. All right. So you did rehab. How long have you been clean?
I. And that's something very new. I saw somebody do it one time. I tried it stupidly, I'm embarrassed, didn't say that. Cause I stopped drinking. I've been clean since January 1st, but I'm not a daily drinker. It was when I was, alone, apart from my daughter, and I was having a difficult time getting my daughter back from my mom.
Okay.
So,
Judge, the record should also reflect that Ms. Shimmery did spend, I believe, 55 to 58 days in the Wayne County Jail. And explain that to the judge.
yeah,
For one of these files or something else?
so,
That's not what I asked you. One of these files or something else?
Yes.
Okay. Was it which one? The domestic violence file?
violation for the.
Okay.
So the case was the police station didn't have record of the note of contact.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
it said it was no context related.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't know, I'm a little confused what I.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just want
Right.
to be honest, so now there's no contact, that's what I put on.
Okay.
Put on for.
So once again, we're getting into the other file. Let's get back to the drinking and driving file. So anything else you want to tell me before I sentence you on that file?
Which
The drinking and driving file.
I was being pressured, to go to work and I was turning around, not even, 0.2 miles away from my house, and I turned around and, to go back home because I wasn't going to do it, I wasn't gonna risk it, and when I was at the gas station, going back to go back home,
Mhm.
I was full.
Good.
It was literally, I could walk in distance.
All right. Anything else before I sentence?
Judge show mercy, she does have a tremendous work ethic, she's worked, for 20 years. And, Ms. Shimmery has asked regarding licensing sanctions, I've indicated to her since October of 1999. It's, the purview of the Secretary of State, so Judge Oakley is not in a position
Yeah.
recommendations as to.
And the state is telling me that it's up to you,
It doesn't make any sense.
and so I.
They might have told you only a court can give you some privileges, but that doesn't mean this court. So I have no authority over your license unless you were if you were in our sobriety court program, then I've got some leeway, but outside of sobriety court, I've got nothing to do with licensing.
Judge, based upon,
A circuit court judge, if you file the petitions, a circuit court judge can order the Secretary of State to give you driving privileges. I'm not a circuit court judge. It doesn't matter what your concern is. It doesn't change the reality. I can't give you a license.
what's happened is I don't believe there's gonna be any significant issue because of the fact that she received her first operating on the period in 2007 and then recently, in
19.
19.
Right. Right.
She's got work ahead of her, Judge, and again, we're just asking for mercy.
Yeah. So as to your license, I'll tell you this, when you are eligible to get your to ask for driving privileges to be restored, hire an attorney. Because I've seen too many people, they try to do it on their own and they waste time. If you hire an attorney that does a lot of license restorations, they get all your ducks in a row so that when you go in for the hearing, you walk out with something. All right. So just put that in the back of your head. So when it's time for you, when you're eligible to ask, you ask with the help of an attorney. All right. I don't know when that is. I don't pay any attention to that because it's completely out of my ball. It's not in my ballywick at all.
Judge, to cover myself
Yeah.
and Ms. Shimmery, I would ask if in fact she is eligible. To me, it appears that she is eligible based upon the time frame in which these unfortunate incidents took place, but she's, if in the event she does need some help, if she could participate in the sobriety court because of the fact that it would enhance her opportunity to, go to and from work. And
Did you give that any thought when you did the assessment?
Yes, however, with the new domestic violence offense, I don't know that she would be able.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a pending case now?
No, seven cases.
Just the one I've got up today. Right. Right. Okay. All right. Anything else before I sentence?
she did the anger management during the share house program, Judge. In fact, she participated. Although she would.
Okay. For the third time, now we're talking about the domestic violence file again. The drunk driving is what I'm trying to get done with. Is there anything else before I sentence on the drunk driving? Because there's no anger management component to that charge. Okay. All right. So let me tell you what I'm hearing from you. What I'm hearing from you is somebody that doesn't think they've got an alcohol issue.
No, no,
Okay. 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 All right.
and that's why I'm so.
No, that's all right. I want to hear what you got to say. Go ahead.
The outpatient substance abuse counseling.
You're doing that now?
I'm sorry, it would Hadira, so we can, And I also have working with the chairman, and it was share, I met up with share house, I went to share house. So I'm doing their transition meetings with them as well.
What's that look like? How often?
I,
With share house? Okay. Live meetings? Okay. 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 So you're doing share house meetings every day?
Covering coach to share house.
Okay.
So yes, it became a problem. It was later in life. I believe it started from my postpartum. It's nothing that was, that yes, it.
Okay. You probably don't have documentation on all that stuff she just told us about. Okay. If you,
If I may,
hold on a minute. Well, just hold on a minute. If you have all that, would that change your recommendation about inpatient or outpatient? Intensive?
I mean, I've got to review the paperwork.
Right.
To see what type of treatment she said, but
Yeah. So here's where I'm going. Her recommendation, and I was completely ready to follow, was intensive outpatient or inpatient. Because as much as you will probably want to get back to work, my first concern is I want to make sure that the substance abuse has been dealt with effectively before you start trying to work. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that door open. Okay. After Ms. Trolley has a chance to review what you've got, probably reach out to the share house and just confirm everything you're doing. Then we'll take a look at whether or not continuing those courses of treatment are enough for us or if we want more. Understood? Okay. You're going to share those with her. But you're not going to get an answer today. I'm going to give her a chance to review everything, reach out, ask questions if she has to. So, I'm just gonna order today substance abuse treatment. Just leave it there. Okay. We'll let you know whether or not I'm thinking more is needed than what you're currently doing. And at that point, it'll be up to you if you want to have another hearing and Mr. Graziani can be here. That's up to you. I got no problem either way. Or I'm going to say, Ms. Trolley's checked it all out and we're okay with you just continuing the share house program. Okay. In a year. Okay. So it's either option A, option B. Understood? Okay. All right. So other than that, on the drinking and driving file, I'm adopting in full the recommendations that Mr. Graziati went over with you. That was items 1 through 11. That includes the work program days. I'm going to suggest that you schedule those work program days ASAP to try to bang them all out before they start impeding other things you need to do. Okay? On the money, fines and costs on that file are $1,300. I'm going to send you downstairs to talk about payment options downstairs. I don't think you were in here when I mentioned it earlier. When I put somebody on probation, it's not a punishment. It's because that's the best way I know to effectuate a change in behavior. So I'm not punishing you with what I'm trying to do. So for example, the 10 days on the work program, that's an alternative to jail, right? Jail, work program, money, those are all punishments. The other stuff we give you to do, like the substance abuse treatment and everything else, that's to effectuate a change in behavior. All right? Okay. So what that means is if you go into this whole process with the mindset, this is for me, what do I have to do to get something out of it? She becomes your new best friend. Because if you're having problems complying, you're going to reach out to her and you're going to say, this is what I'm trying. This is where I'm running into problems. How do we fix it together? Because her job is not to come to me and say, Judge, put her in jail. Her job is to come to me and say, Judge, she's doing great. Can we close her out early? That's what makes her tail wag. Okay? All right. So I think that takes care of everything on that file. Did I miss anything on that one, Mr. Rowley? Did I miss anything on that file? I think we're good on that one. Okay, so now let's move on to the other file. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, you also owe us money on a disorderly person ticket from Van Buren Township last year. So when you go downstairs to talk about options to pay on this one, just make sure you roll it into one, whatever you do, one plan or whatever. Okay? Don't forget that's out there. All right, so On the other file, which is the incident date March 4, 2026. Yeah. Domestic violence that we're here today for violation. Also on that file, I gave her 30 days jail, 30 days credit on the first file. So on this file, yeah, so it was back to the house where Van Buren didn't think you were supposed to be back to the house, and then you were huffing there. Right? That's what that whole incident was all about. There are no new charges coming out of there that you know of. Correct? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And then the other violation, I put that in air quotes for the record, is no documentation of anger management or substance abuse evaluation. And that's what you're sitting on now that you're going to share with Ms. Trolley, correct? Yeah, but it covers the anger management. You did that at Share House, right? And obviously they did an evaluation because you're in treatment with them. So I think that's covered. All right. Okay. And this was, let me go back to the original sentencing date. All right, so this was originally a 12-month delayed sentence under 769.4A. I'm okay with just running that to completion, no new charges. All right, I understand the confusion. The huffing blows me away, but you're dealing with that with your substance abuse treatment now. So the fact that you were there when you weren't supposed to be there, I'm willing to write that one off. That was a confusion between the police department and you. So that one, that's a mulligan. You know what a mulligan is? Golf term? It's a do-over. I'm giving you grace on that one. So until next March, just no more problems. Okay? Clear?
Yes, Judge.
You look confused.
Are you talking to me, Judge?
Yeah.
No, I'm.
All right. Okay.
My relationship with them, if I'm not allowed to speak,
Yeah.
I have a relationship with her, just, you know, it is happened, it's a music relationship.
Right.
I love my daughter with her, so I don't, I don't wanna keep my daughter away from her, I just don't want her to see the real abuse.
Yeah. So here, you want some advice? If you are fully engaged in the Higuera and Share House programs, then you are literally reinventing yourself. Would you agree with me? Okay. As part of that reinvention, make sure you spend a fair amount of time with your therapist discussing the toxic relationship you have with your mother.
You know,
No. Here's what. There are ways. I mean, is she physically abusive to your daughter? Okay. Yeah, but you're old enough to stand up for yourself, right?
I just, she's bipolar, schizophrenic.
No, my point is, if you think there's value to your daughter to have a relationship with her grandmother, then you have to set the boundaries for that.
Judge,
Right?
there's tremendous respect for, the adults, particularly in the hierarchy, the major.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing. You're the mama bear now. Where is your first allegiance? To your 5-year-old daughter or to the respect you think you owe your mother? Absolutely. So what I'm telling you is you're in a perfect situation with all this reinvention that's going on, with all these professionals that are helping you become you 2.0. You're in a perfect environment to get the assistance you need so that you can set healthy boundaries so that your daughter can still have a relationship with her mother within the boundaries you set. And that's why I'm saying these people will help you build that confidence, right? Because number one is your daughter's safety, bar none. That's number 1, 2, 3, and through 10, right? Yeah. Which your daughter's seeing, which causes trauma on your daughter. So then when your daughter's your age, she's standing in front of somebody wearing a dress like me, right? Because your childhood trauma is a big part of what leads you to make the bad decisions you've been making. Would you agree? So to keep your daughter safe doesn't just mean from physical abuse, right? So you're learning how to do that. And you know what? Say a prayer. Maybe by doing that, you can actually change your mother's behaviors. Right? Maybe she wants to have a relationship with your daughter to the point where she'll change the way she does things. We can hope. And if not, then maybe it's just, Mom, what's your daughter's name? London. Mom, London misses you. Can we meet at McDonald's? We're going to get her some fries and spend a little time, just the three of us. Okay? Safe environment. She still gets to see her grandmother, right? But you set the boundaries, not Mom. Because you're the one that's working on reinventing yourself. Unfortunately, your mother hasn't done the work. Right? Okay. Good luck. You're welcome. Good luck. What do you got, Mr. Bowditch? Cleveland, like the city?
Like the city.
I've got him here. Come on up.
A woman appeared before the court after facing legal trouble related to drunk driving, domestic violence, and probation violations. During the hearing, her attorney explained that she is raising her daughter and working hard to rebuild her life while preparing to re-enter the workforce. As the discussion continued, it became clear that her struggles extended beyond the charges themselves. The defendant revealed that she had experienced postpartum depression, which eventually contributed to an unhealthy dependence on alcohol. The court carefully examined her past decisions, current circumstances, and the efforts she has made to address the underlying issues that led to her legal problems. The defendant informed the court that she is actively participating in a substance abuse treatment program and attending recovery meetings every day. After reviewing the situation, the judge acknowledged her efforts toward rehabilitation and emphasized the importance of continued treatment and accountability. Rather than focusing solely on punishment, the court chose an approach aimed at encouraging long-term change and personal responsibility. The defendant was ordered to continue her recovery program while her progress remains under review. She was also given an opportunity to prove that she can stay on the right path and avoid further legal trouble. The hearing ultimately highlighted themes of accountability, recovery, and second chances, demonstrating how the justice system can balance consequences with opportunities for rehabilitation and personal growth.